Welcome, my name's John. You're here because you want to do something about your depression. No doubt you've received plenty of advice before. You may have read blogs and web pages or talked to family and friends. You may even have seen a therapist or two. But no matter what you do, nothing seems to be changing. You're still having episodes where you fall into that deep, dark pit of depression and you want the entire world to just leave you alone. You're wondering if there's anything that can be done. There is. When you Google how to beat depression, you find pretty basic information. You'll see page after page and video after video of simple ideas. They're a good start, but always they're just too generalised. What they offer is treatment ideas. They don't get to the cause. I'll get into both to help you tackle the symptoms and the cause of your depression. I'll offer more ideas than you'll find in those Google searches, 42 ideas in fact. If you've ever read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, you'll remember that 42 is the answer to the great question of life, the universe and everything. And at the end of these videos, I'll give you a link to download the list free. Of course, over the course of time, you need to do all 42 things. If you don't, I believe you're not giving yourself a proper fighting chance to get on top of depression. Now, don't feel overwhelmed by there being 42 things. You can work on them a little at a time. Many of them you're probably doing already. And some are very, very simple, just like a thought to remember. Now, of course, there are no guarantees, and nothing I say here is intended to replace the work of a mental health professional. So please, keep seeing your doctor. I've had depression since 1982. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist or a psychotherapist. I'm just somebody who's carried depression for a long, long time. And I'm getting it under control. Maybe even on the way to leaving it behind and banishing some ghosts of my past. I have done a ton of reading and research. I've worked with experts. I've done the work that the professionals told me to do. I still do it. And I've reflected on the entire journey. A tough journey. The hardest thing I've ever done. Because I've been tackling beliefs I've had about myself since I was really small. But I'm on the pathway to changing. And I want to help you too. You can do it. You can turn your life around and release the shackles of depression. If you want to. Alright, first thing. Do all of the things that I mention here. Everything on the list. Not just one or two or three or four, all of them. Finding a way forward from depression requires comprehensive change and effort. Now, some of the things I'll talk about here are dead easy. Some are more challenging. Do them all as best you can. If you've ever done P90X and heard the instructor Tony Horton, do your best and forget the rest. Just do what you can when you can. Don't beat yourself up if you can't do anything some days. Overcoming depression is a journey. It's not an instant solution. On that journey, strive to tackle all the things in these videos. You need all of them. Next, if you have thoughts of self-harm, contact a professional or a helpline and talk about it immediately. You can. You'll never know how amazingly helpful they are until you call them. You must want to change. How many psychologists does it take to change a light bulb? No doubt you've heard this before. The answer is only one, but the light bulb must want to change. Why is this joke like a cliche? Because it's true. To tackle your depression, you must want to change. And let's get specific. I don't mean that you want change, like you want change to happen. You have to want to change you. There's a big difference. You simply must want to be different. Not just feel different or have the pain taken away. Everyone with depression wants those things. You have to want to change you. Sorry to break it to you, but you have to work at this. Work hard. You need a strong desire to reprogram how you think. Nobody can do this for you. People can provide guidance, but only you can make the changes. Until you honestly desire to be a different person, there's pretty much no chance of getting on top of your depression. Work with experts. This is the biggest and best help that you need for depression. When you're sick, you need a doctor. When you're depressed, You need a mental health professional. You're not alone, and you're not the first person to have depression. The experts do know how to help. Now, if your first reaction is to say, "Oh, I went to a therapist, he was useless," or "they'll never understand me," then your depression is talking you out of it. Giving up and telling yourself that they all suck is your depression talking. It's tricking you into making a bad choice. It's tricking you into staying the way you are. If you had a poor experience, try somebody else. Never give up. Just go. Depression is understood and can be helped. Now, if you can't afford a therapist or a doctor, try your local community centre, or university or college, hospital, school, place of worship. Check your employee assistance program or contact a mental health organisation and ask what resources are in your area. If you truly want help, you will find it. Now, when you go to counselling, your depression will fight you. Be prepared for that. That may be why you thought therapists are no good. Don't expect them to give you a cure. Have no expectations at all. Just have the desire to learn, to change, and to work at it. Now, please understand what therapy and counselling actually are. Counselling is not about judging you. It's not about giving you solutions or attempting to sort out your problems. And it's not about imposing values on you. What counselling is about is exploring difficulties, exploring stresses and emotions. It is about listening. It's about trust. It's confidential. And counselling is about encouraging you to consider different ways of looking at things and helping you understand why you feel the way you do. And counselling is about offering tools to help. If you're not making progress with mental health professionals, it's either that you don't want change badly enough, you just want the pain taken away, totally understandable, or you stopped doing the work too soon. Make an appointment now. You're worth it. Get help and support from loved ones and friends. You need it. Need. Name one person who's overcome depression on their own. I'll bet you can't. It's a team effort. Going it alone gives depression more power. Professional and social support are absolutely huge. And don't believe that voice in your head that says you have nobody or that nobody cares. It's bullshit. Every person who's ever said, "I'm here for you," or "call me when you need something," take them up on it. You have to reach out and ask. Now, that feels scary, but there's no way anyone will just turn up out of the blue and say, "I'm here to support you." Ask and you will receive, provided you really want to change. Social support helps you cope better. Having a pet may also help with isolation. Stick with it. Stay the course. Keep working at making the necessary changes. You will experience setbacks and episodes where you think you've gone back to square one. You'll have moments where you'll think all your work is for nothing. I did, many times. Keep at it. Reprogramming months or years of negative beliefs takes months or years. Now, I'll come to beliefs later on. Pick yourself up, take another step forwards. It's better than staying still or going backwards, because things really suck when you sit on that old pathway you know so well. Lose the stigma. Bill Clinton said, "Mental illness is nothing to be ashamed of, but stigma and bias shame us all." Do everything you can to get rid of your shame over having depression. There's nothing wrong or shameful about having it. Nothing. The stigma comes from other people, not from you. Depression is common. I have it. I'll tell everyone that I do. In fact, I'm telling everyone right now. I'm not diminished by admitting that, and it doesn't define who I am. The fact is, you and I have depression. So let's get over any negative ideas and get to work on it.